In a quiet city, dim lights reflected across narrow streets. Life moved slowly, and everything seemed completely ordinary. In one of those homes lived a young man with his family. He wasn't searching for adventure, and he never expected to find it. On a still night, he went out for a walk alone. The air was slightly cold, the city unusually silent, as if it were holding its breath. As he walked, he noticed a faint glimmer on the ground, a light pulsing slowly like a heartbeat. He approached cautiously. It was a ring, bright, beautifully crafted, its engravings so precise they almost seemed to move if stared at too long. He felt a strange pull toward it. Something inside whispered, "Leave it." Something else whispered, "Try it." He reached down, picked it up, and slipped it onto his finger. A sudden chill spread through his hand, then faded, as if the ring had settled exactly where it belonged. He returned home, ignored the strange feeling, and went to sleep. But sleep did not bring rest. He opened his eyes suddenly. He was not in his room. He was not in his city. He was standing in the middle of an endless desert. The sky was pale, the sun veiled behind a thin haze, and the wind moved in slow spirals as if drawing unknown symbols. He looked around in shock. No signs of life, only heavy emptiness. He began to walk, each step sinking slightly into the sand as if the ground resisted him. After an unknown stretch of time, he heard a sound. A whisper, distant, yet clear, as if someone called his name, then silence again. He stopped, turned, no one. He kept walking, but the feeling of being watched grew stronger. Then he saw a long shadow sliding across the sand, though the sun was not behind him. Another shadow appeared, then another. When he lifted his head, he saw them. Tall and distinct figures, as if formed from smoke and sand. Faint glowing eyes, moving without sound, watching him from afar. They did not approach, but they did not disappear. He stepped back, then another step. The figures moved with him. Same slowness, same silence. He turned and walked faster, then began to run. The wind intensified. Sand rose into the air like a shifting veil, and through it the figures drew closer, leaving no footprints, only a heavy presence pursuing him. Whispers surrounded him, words he could not understand, but the meaning was clear. He did not belong there. He stumbled and fell into the sand, quickly trying to rise. When he looked back, the figures were closer, surrounding him at a distance, waiting, patiently. Instinctively he raised his hand. The ring flashed sharply under the pale sun. In that moment he understood. He had not arrived in this place. He had been summoned. He ran again with everything he had. Without direction, seeing only sand ahead, hearing only wind behind, the whispers growing nearer. While running he noticed something strange. Whenever he gripped the ring with his other hand, the figure he slowed slightly, as if hesitant. He stopped, breathing heavily, looked at the ring, then at the desert, then at the approaching figures. He understood. The ring was not just the cause, it was the connection, the open door. He knelt in the sand, trembling, tried to remove it. It would not move. He pulled harder. Nothing. The wind circled him in a wide ring. The figures paused beyond it, waiting, as if they knew what would happen. He closed his eyes, gathered his courage, and tried again, slowly, persistently, refusing to stop. 1 second, 2, then suddenly, the ring shifted. It loosened, slowly separating from his finger, as if an unseen force resisted, then released. He removed it. Instant silence. The figures vanished. The wind stopped. The desert dissolved. He opened his eyes. He was in his room, on his bed, dim light filtering through the window. Everything normal, quiet, familiar. He sat up slowly, looked around, touched his hand, confirming he had truly returned. He breathed deeply, believing it was over. But when he turned toward the table beside his bed, he froze. The ring was there, resting quietly, shining softly, as if it had never been removed. He approached slowly, touched it with the tip of his finger. It was cold, silent, but somehow awake. And since that night, he has never slept peacefully again. because every time he closes his eyes, he hears the wind, sees the sand, and feels that the desert is still waiting for him to wear the ring. Once more.